My subscriber count as of writing this is at 69, and that gives me a lot of pleasure because haha, sex jokes funny. But what doesn't bring me pleasure is the overbearing nature of technological advancement and how much it encourses almost every aspect of my life without any plausible way to escape from it. I've grown to loathe technology. Okay, a bit dramatic. The other side, I can't deny the positive impact air fryers has had in my life, so I suppose there are two sides to a coin. Yes, technology cures your diseases, and technology created the nuclear bomb. And we do in fact live in a society, I've heard. But what pervades in almost every aspect of my life and your life, with the sheer amount of time it consumes, is the screen. You know, the phones and the computers. And in that regards, I can't confidently say the net good outweighs the net bad, at least in the ways that I utilize them. Now I'm about to give you a rant about overstimulation, so get ready. The endless access to literally everything, everywhere, all at once. Love you, Michelle. The endless ways to make you productive, the endless lives to observe, the endless opinions to consider, the endless music to listen to, the endless recipes, the endless ideas, the endless waste of time. Breeds the endless never-ending cycle of feeling like you want to break out of it all because maybe it's just a little too much, perhaps, just a little. And while that feeling is more front and center today, part of me has always felt this way. Ever since I got my first smartphone, it never felt right having this level of stimulation. Oh, but the Technicolor screen with its quick dopamine hit of a 60-second clip of shiny purple slime slipping smoothly through the finger is so satisfying. Look, it's not that I need every moment that I experience to reveal the meaning of life. It's just that I'm drowning in shallowness. I mean, sometimes I will watch a clip and forget what I was watching 30 seconds later because that's how little of an impact it has made in my life. Am I really addicted to a void? To nothingness? To a vacancy in my mind? It's a slow sedation to death. Something's gotta change, and I think it's me. Huh. But is it even possible? Is it even possible to untangle the mess of slime, kinetic sand, and Twitter porn from my brain? Well, yeah. I took some steps, y'all. Last year, I stopped using Instagram. I know, very brave of me. I didn't deactivate my account, but I did delete the app. At first, I just habitually logged onto it from the web browser, but slowly but surely, due to the cumbersome nature of web browsing Instagram, I was able to stop my habit of opening it. Nowadays, I just kind of check it once every week or so just to see if someone's messaged me there, but honestly, that's pretty much it. And to be honest, I don't miss it one bit. I thought not being aware of what my friends are doing at all times would loosen my connection to them, but no, it hasn't been the case. I can honestly say the outcome has only been positive. I don't feel bad about not being constantly doing something, going out all the time. I don't feel the FOMO. It's nice to catch up with my friends' lives without having any awareness of what they're up to from their Instagram stories. And those stories, they never tell you the real story, do they? They don't tell you about the annoying friend on that road trip, the cute guy that flirted on the elevator, how miserable it was that one day because it was pouring the whole time, how that mountain goat followed you the entire hike because you peed on a bush and it wants to lick your piss. It's a thing. It happened to me. Mountain goats, they want your pee, and I am Cretaceous, so I give it to them. But those posts rarely tell you the interesting parts. They just tell you the parts that upholds an image that is going to tell people that you are hot, sexy, and fly, even though you are nothing of the sort. You are a fat cunt. Okay, I'm losing the plot here. Point is, while these paintings of ideals are painted so beautifully, the goblin that lives inside me craves dirt and guts. It can't handle all that beauty. I will say the most positive impact though is that I don't feel the envy. Ah yes, the envy. The fuel of Instagram. As much as I tried to rise above it, I thought I grew out of it from my puberty years, but the early 20s unshakable confidence has been shaken and dismantled, and in the end, turns out we all just grow into teenagers with delusions of maturity. When my life was great, I loved Instagram. It fed my ego. When it wasn't, everything felt like it was a personal attack. The core problem is perhaps my own demons, but having those demons howl at you every day isn't ideal. You're wasting your 20s. You worked out for like 2 years and don't even have a sketch line of an app. Okay, that's crossing the line, inner demon. And yes, of course, my inner demon is a twink. I mean, social media's proposed existence is to mitigate the longing of friendship, relationship, community, but has the longing subsided? No. If anything, it's increased. And that's one of the big issues I have with all of these apps wanting to make life easier, is that it feels like their proposed solution often creates more problems. And then when we are more reliant on these apps, when they become the de facto, they sell solution for the problems that they themselves created. LinkedIn is a good example. It was supposed to make the job search easy, but once it became pretty much the only viable way to find jobs, it created the problem of oversaturation, with thousands of applications for a single job, and then it started selling premium to help you stand out and network. So in the end, LinkedIn didn't make the job search easy, it made it harder. LinkedIn, more like LinkedIn, cause it's trash. LinkedIn, more like LinkedIn, cause it's evil. No, LinkedIn, more like linked. Couldn't come up with anything. I just think whoever created the app is the Antichrist, and I'm not even Christian. I'm an employee. My cult is grandeur, which brings me to work. As I've started thinking more about work and how my life will be shaped by my career, I can't help but feel a sense of exploitation tied with the advancement of technology. I think one of the biggest myths that has been sold to us is that technology makes work easier, which I think couldn't be further from the truth. Technology streamlines much of the mundane and repetitive tasks that we do. Many things that would take days to do could be done in an hour now. But do we work less? No. We are more productive than ever, being able to provide more value to these corporations, on track to make billionaires into trillionaires, which is an insane thing to say and come to terms with. When wages has not matched inflation, while housing prices has skyrocketed, cost of education has increased, value of education has degraded, yet we have to perform these complicated executive functions all the fucking time. And it's exhausting and draining and takes so much mental energy, where after we're done with a day of work, we have no mental bandwidth to do any sort of activities that require higher focus. So what do? We veg out and we consume through the screen until the night ends, while a stranger waits patiently till morning to take your shape. One of my favorite Pixar movie is Wall-E. And there are many things I love about the movie, but I especially love the way it portrays humans. The movie portrays a dystopia where the humans are not imprisoned by torture or force, they're imprisoned by their incompetency, fueled by their utter reliance on technology. So much so that they can't even walk. They have a set path for their chairs to hover over, and they live by constant consumption. The humans in Wall-E do not use technology to better their lives or achieve great things. They use it to survive. They use it to know what to think. They use it to know what to eat. They use it to know what's fashionable. They use it to move. They use it to simply exist. In Wall-E, humans stay infants until they die. And maybe in many ways, I've stopped growing too. This video has gone a bit doomer, and that was not my intention, so I'm sorry. I don't think technology is bad inherently. I don't think the world would be a better place without technology. But the bottom line is, within the context of capitalism, technology is laser focused in your bank account, and any good that comes out of it is just a byproduct, not the intended purpose. I don't know if there is a better system for society to function in, but I also, for the most part, don't think the growth of technology correlates with the growth of humanity anymore. I think it's surpassed us, and its own prosperity takes precedence over ours. I don't know how to properly navigate this. I don't know the solution. I just know how I feel, and I think I'm overwhelmed. And perhaps maybe I need to go outside a little more. As the saying goes, perhaps I need to touch grass. And although sometimes I do want to into the wild myself and head to the woods and never look back, I can't, because just like Christopher McCandless, I too am not a child of destiny, so I certainly would not survive. The solution is probably not to throw my phone and computer into the ocean. The problem isn't that I'm using these devices. The problem is that I don't know how not to. I don't want to forsake society. I want to be part of it. I love us and I long for us. I want to be out in nature more, spend more time creating instead of consuming. And if there is nothing to do, nothing to consume, nothing to create, no one to talk to, I don't want to be a ball of anxiety. I want to be in a state oblivious to the present until the present becomes past and I recognize that oblivion and be grateful for it. I want to contemplate our insignificance looking at the stars, get absolutely mystified by how incomprehensive the concept of endlessness is. And somehow endlessness is. Or if it isn't, then what? How? Then I want to look at my feet nested in the ground and feel the earth, my home. And look up at the moon in amazement that somehow someone has taken a step all the way up there. And all of that possible with what we as a humanity has built through technology. Finally, I want to take a picture of it to remember the moment forever. Oh, that fucking sucks.